Hello, this is Doth Nihilus. Just wanted to come on here and talk about today's tarot card and do a reading from the Class A documents, the Thelemic Holy Text. Today is the 24th of March, and so here we go. Today's card is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is represents the zodiacal symbol, zodiacal sign of Aries, which, I mean, you can totally tell it's definitely Aries by the look of the card. It's very red, very assertive. Definitely represents the active aspect of the masculine. I would describe this as being very much pure will, pure direction, going forward, or as Crowley puts it as the Book of the Law puts it, pure will unassuaged of purpose. The sign, the Hebrew letter that represents the Emperor is Tzaddi. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this card. The book I'm reading from is Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot by Lon Milo Duquette. I consider this book to be a Duquette essential for anyone interested in Thoth Tarot or beginning with the Thoth Tarot deck. That said, let's get into the reading here. So the first thing I want to point out is that the Hebrew equivalents between the Emperor and the Star are reversed. And there's a reason why this is. In the Book of the Law, says all these old letters of my book are right, but Tzaddi is not the star. And so the correspondence of the Emperor with Tzaddi is purely a new aeonic development. And it's supposed to represent the changing of the zodiacal equinox of the, and it looks like the changes create these little nodules on the end of the zodiacal procession. So what it ends up looking like is it looks like almost like an figure 8, but it's not, because the middle is expanded outward. So the only part that looks like a figure 8 really is the nodules on either end of the zodiacal procession. But that's why that's why the Hebrew letter Tzaddi is connected to the Emperor, is because as part of the new Aeon, which is the Aeon of Horus, it represents that flux, that change of the Aeon of the paradigm shift in human consciousness, which is what the different aeons throughout history represent. And that shift in paradigm is connected between us and our relation to the sun. And I'll get into that in a future video, but I wanted to kind of clarify that. And that might be a very simplistic way of looking at it too. I'm not sure, but that's how I interpret it. But Crowley goes, quote, Crowley even goes so far as to actually give a somewhat cynical lesson in civics. Quote, he is seated upon the throne, whose capitals are the heads of the Himalayan wild ram, since Aries means a ram. At his feet couchant is the lamb and flag, to confirm this attribution on the lower plane. With the ram by nature is a wild and courageous animal, lonely in lonely places, whereas when tamed and made to lie down in green pastures, nothing is left but the docile, cowardly, gregarious, and succulent beast. This is the theory of government. The other interesting note Lon mentions is the Emperor is the third of the alchemical trumps and represents sulfur, which you can totally see that with the yellow accents on this artwork. His arms form the triangle and his legs form the cross of the glyph of sulfur, which Crowley tells us is the male fiery energy of the universe, the Rajas of Hindu philosophy. This is the swift creative energy, the initiative of all being. So that's what this card represents in a very roundabout, in a very simple, basic way. It doesn't require a whole lot of elaboration. But that said, today's reading of the Class A documents is Liber Tzaddi, vel Hamus Hermeticus. All right, so here we go. It's a very short piece of writing. In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. I fly and I alight as a hawk. Of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. Child of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy in your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. I pour you lustral wine that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. Come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth, because I give you of that which earth and its joys are but as shadows. They flee away, but my joy abideth even unto the end. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage conquering fear ye shall approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the sword. But the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery, until they can no longer stand upright. Them will I despise. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me. Even I will take you unto me. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. Light, life, love, force, fantasy, fire, these do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. Only if ye are sorrowful, or weary, or angry, or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread. the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful, these are mine enemies, and I come to destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. O my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. I offered it once on earth, before an hour hath struck upon the bell. Ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. Also I give you power earthly and joy earthly, wealth and health and length of days. Adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. Only your mouth shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Iacchus. They shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. I reveal unto you a great mystery, yet stand behind the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. In either awaits you a companion, and that companion is yourself. Ye can have no other companion. Many have arisen, being wise. They have said, seek out the glittering image in the place ever golden, and unite yourselves with it. Many have arisen, being foolish. They have said, stoop down unto the darkly splendid world, and be wedded to that blind creature of the slime. I, who am beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say unto you, achieve both weddings. Unite yourselves with both. Beware, beware, I say, lest ye seek after the one and lose the other. My adepts stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the hells. But since one is naturally attracted to the angel, another to the demon, let the first strengthen the lower link, the last attach more firmly to the higher. Thus shall equilibrium become perfect. I will aid my disciples. As fast as they acquire this balanced power and joy, so faster will I push them. They shall in their turn speak from this invisible throne. Their words shall illumine the worlds. They shall be masters of majesty and might. They shall be beautiful and joyous. They shall be clothed with victory and splendor. They shall stand upon the firm foundation. The kingdom shall be theirs. Yea, the kingdom shall be theirs. In the name of the Lord of initiation. Amen. That is the end of Liber Tzaddi vel Hamus Hermeticus. Anyways, there was a lot of things in here that I thought were very interesting, and that that kind of made me take pause. When it talked about you can have no other companion, it reminded me of the HGA, the Holy Guardian Angel, that the Holy Guardian Angel is both outside of you and also a part of you. And as I come to understand the role of the Holy Guardian Angel going forward, that opinion might change. I mean, Crowley at one point believed that the Holy Guardian Angel was simply a higher aspect of the self. And in a certain way it is, but as Crowley came to conclude later in his life, he believed that it was also an independent entity as well. But the other part that's interesting is when it talks about uniting with both. The Heros Gamus, the alchemical wedding, as it were, on a spiritual level, the uniting of the individual soul, with the logos, with the divine, that is one of the unities, but also the uniting of the self with the Holy Guardian Angel. And also this goes into, of course, the union of opposites, balancing the different aspects of the self, and creating a new synthesis out of that. So that's another form of uniting. There are multiple levels, multiple facets to that. And I believe there is a connection between one's naturally attracted to the angel, the other to the demon. I personally take that as the light or dark sides of the soul. Cat hair. But what's interesting is to let the first strengthen the lower link, and then let the last attach more firmly to the higher. And I'm not sure how. I'm not sure at the moment the symbolism of that. But I may have touched on it already. I'm not sure. But anyways, there's a lot there to unpack. Anyways, that said, I hope you guys have a great Thelemic Holy Season, and I will talk with you guys all later. This is Doth Nihilus, signing out, 156.93.